Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Happy Sunday to you all. Well, you know what? This month has been kind of long, but it's almost over. Okay, so let's see. Let me take care of one thing here. And okay, almost there. Okay, so let me take care of one order of business for you guys. Um, for any of the content creators, I said this at the end of one of the videos, and when I said it, I think half of the people were gone. But if you want to know if there is an up and coming video for anyone on any platform on YouTube, YouTube is very good with something. They love to throw you into like the home page, where you'll see like three of the videos from the content creator, let's say Royal Sussex, right? And then down the column, it takes you to other channels where they want you to engage with other channels. But if you look at your menu, go to where it says video, go into that particular channel and go all the way to the top where it says video and click on that video. Click on video till you can't do it anymore. I think at least 2 times. And it will take you to the order of which all the videos are posted. So that way you won't look for, like, say, today's video and you find a video from 3 days ago. It's good for engagement because you may see something that you like, but that may not necessarily be the video that you're looking for. You want to see, like, what's the newest, right? So again, go into that YouTube page and find the video, where it says video at the top in black letters, and click on that. And that will take you to everything that that person has posted in the order in which it was posted. And that means if there's a new video coming up, like let's say they scheduled a video for today, then you'll be able to click on that and you'll see that, oh yeah, there's a video up and coming. But if you just look for it, it's hard to find. And that's it's deliberately made that way so that you'll engage in not only, let's say, my videos, but then some other channels too, which is fine, but it's not helpful if you're trying to look for a particular video, like what's the newest or what's next. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I will try to do a screen recording one day so I can show you exactly what I mean by that. But the easiest thing that I can say is to go into the channel, go and look at the top where it has all of the, matter of fact, let me see what it says here. I'll look at my own. So at the top, it says home, video, playlist, community, membership, right? Go to videos, right? And when you go to videos, it will take you to the order in which everything has been posted. That's the easiest way to find the latest or the next video for any given channel. So I hope that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. If not, I'll have to try to figure out another way to explain it. But I know it gets confusing. So when people say, oh, I didn't get a notification, well, that may very well be true. But if you want to check for yourself to see if there's an up and coming video, go into that page or that channel rather, and go to the top and click on video, and it should give you everything in the order in which it was posted. Oh, okay. So Delia, is that Philly? Oh, she says thank you with a thumbs up and a love emoji. Okay, I see everybody else is saying that. All right, so once and for all, you guys, that's how you do it. I've gone to look for someone else's video and I couldn't find it. But remember, go to that channel and make sure you don't go to home, go to video, and it'll put everything in order. Again, if there's a new video coming, you'll see that there. If there's the newest video that you're looking for, you'll see that there. But most importantly, you'll see everything in the order in which it was posted. Okay. All right. I'm glad I got that settled. Thank you so much, you guys, for listening. But I know it gets frustrated. But again, remember, they want to drive up the engagement, and that's perfectly fine. You can find other Sussex friendly channels like that. But it is frustrating if you're just looking for the latest or the next video. All right. Thank you, guys. Let me say hello to a few people. Hello, Lydia Washington. Okay. Satonia Smith, hello. Hi, Joan Commonwealther, Pam Porter, and let's see, Hattie Musangu. Okay, hello. And Karen is here, spelled with a C. And Yola B, hi. Myra V, Elizabeth Daniels, Elaine Parker, and just the T, please. All right, I love that. Just the T, please. Okay, just the tea, please. There you go. Here's some tea for you. Just the tea. Okay, and Marlene Clark, Lottie G, Marshar is here. Hello. And Vanetta Chapman. Hi. Maureen. Denania. Oh, say wait. I got this. Danian. Oh, that's easy. Danian. Thank you. Mary H. Marsha Delvies. Beverly Patterton. And let's see. Miranda Rios is here. Nice. Okay. Hi, Pam Porter. Rick. Angela Bauman. Hi. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the Satonia Smith. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Okay. All right. Oh, that's it. That's what I was looking for. Connie Balmer. Hi, Connie Balmer. That's what I was looking for. Okay, I love saying that. Oh, and let's see, Mary Jane. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Happy Sunday. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And Satonia Smith. Thank you for the super sticker. Happy Sunday, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Oh, I see. You did that twice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Worldwide birthday celebration. I haven't seen you on here for a while. Let's see. Bonsoir, Sussex Royale, Baron, Squaddies, Amis. Yes. Hello. Well, thank you, Mademoiselle Charlotte. Bonsoir to you too. Yep. And arrivederci. I am so continental this morning. All right. You know what? While I was doing all that, I could have had my slides up. Okay. Let me do that then. Let me get my slides going here. By the way, I made a little video last night. Sheila Watson, thank you. Oh, you're a polo wifey too. Thank you for that. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's not exactly in order. Okay, I got it. I got it. There we go. All right, slides are ready. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Sheila Watson. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Excellent. And Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I love saying that. Okay. All right, so shall we just get down to it? Oh, I'm glad I caught that. I was going to do this in the wrong order. Anyway, so I was busy last night. I told you guys I was going to fix that photo, right? I said, "Oh, there's some people in the background. I have to eliminate them." And I have. There you can see there was a guy behind Delphina, and there was some lady between Harry and Meghan, but now they're gone. So now it's just the fabulous four. So yeah, that's my homage to the Friends franchise. Um, there you have Nacho, Harry, Meghan, and Delphina. Yes, friends forever, also family. I'm kind of sad because, looking through their photos yesterday, hi, Crystal J, you realize, Kay Costello, good morning. You realize that they are going to take off. Veronica Quick, hey, Maggie Howell, you realize that they're taking off and they're not going to be together for a while. Who knows how long? Of course, I'm even wondering where did Nacho and Delfina and their family, where did they stay? I didn't want to dare say it while the polo season was going on, but now that it's over with, um, as you know, the stately, palatial, opulent, picturesque Sussex Manor is huge. And of course, it's in sunny Montecito, California, where there are no leaks. There are no leaks in Montecito. So I want to picture both families together and just like enjoying these moments because with everything that has happened in these past few years, the Sussexes have had I guess the extra added burden on everything else trying to navigate around this institution that has been trying to oppress and even destroy them. And of course, the tabloid media, but they have found happiness, and that means so much. So, of course, this photo is from a few years ago, and that is that beautiful denim dress that the Duchess of Sussex was wearing so well. I love the photo where she's actually running in those stilettos. But yeah, great picture. Now I have to say too, I am fascinated with how athletic Delphina is. I don't know. I'm just saying nothing else, but she's incredibly athletic. And I guess I can say I can see what Nacho sees in her. She's something else. So okay, Karen, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for being a member, and Lottie G, thank you for the super sticker, and happiest of Sundays to you, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so I love that photo though. That is so cool, and it's so much better without those people clogging up the back of the. I shouldn't say that because I don't know who those people are or what they mean to anybody that's up there. But I just wanted to see the Sussexes. What could I say? I'm selfish. I just wanted to see Harry and Meghan. Um, Nothing more, nothing less. Now, matter of fact, why don't I do this? I'm gonna go back to yesterday, and I'll show you what I mean when I say that I had to make some adjustments with that photo. Um, a whole lot of cut and paste and layering and such. Oh, check this one out. I love that one too. But okay. Hmm. Okay, this was my inspiration. And see what I mean? I had to clean it up a bit because you have that is the and then of course that was the original. So I even had to study this to make sure that I didn't leave any remnants of the other people behind, whoever they were. But yes, they're gone now. So that is a very cool photo. Not that there's anything wrong with those people, but I'm just saying I didn't want to see them. Oh, but I'm going to tell you, with the trained eye, I can tell you there's one thing that I realized that I kind of screwed up. If you look at Delphina's feet, as she took a step, I think the right foot, her shoe kind of flops down when she takes a step, and her heel is lifted out of it. Well, I removed the person behind her, but I also removed her shoe. If you see what I mean there. Not a big deal, but you can see the difference. You should actually see more of her shoe, but her ankle is there, but her shoe is gone. So, well, not ankle, but the heel of her foot. But see what I mean? But yeah, I'm very proud of my work. It took a lot of lifting and cutting and pasting, but I finally got rid of those people. People, people who need people. Okay. So, 1 second, you guys. A super chat from John says, "Put the queen in that spot, and Harry will like will like it." Or you can put Lady in Waiting, Lady Edwina, in that spot, in his maxi coat with the flirtatious thigh and his high heels and his better than Naomi Campbell walk. Well, let's see what you mean by that, Sean. Pray tell. So, let's see. Lady Edwina. Let me see. Maxi coat, check. Flirtatious thigh, check. Let's check out those heels. Sean, I see you being messy already today, but yes, there is Prince Edward with that one of a kind bespoke maxi military coat. There are none other in all of the British military, but there's one for Eddie. And you'll notice that there is a very firm and muscular thigh. Somebody's been hitting the gym, as well as that red lining. Kind of reminds me of those. What are those shoes with the red sole? Ferragamo, is it? Anyway, it reminds me of those shoes where you have that very flirtatious red lining. And then, of course, you have the stirrup pants over the high heels. Those heels kind of reminds me of the late singer Prince a bit, but I digress. But yes, I can see what you mean. So if anybody deserves to walk the runway in Milan or Paris, it is definitely Rambolina. Great observation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Sean. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. But it is very much bespoke, that outfit. But and some people said it was Philip's coat, but actually, Edwina is a little taller than Philip, so that is not accurate. That was custom made for Edwina, so the non-binary prince. Okay, so there we have it. Diane Hawkins says, while the Sussexes are working hard behind the scenes, and quickly their unroyal kin, including Andy, are passing suitcases full of money and all manner of into what is that illegalities. Oh, that was a tough one. Um, Allegedly, I have to throw alleged in there because we don't know that it was anything illegal. But when is it ever a good idea for someone to just hand you a suitcase full of cash? Um, well, I tell you what, if somebody gave me a suitcase full of cash, I would definitely report it as soon as I've spent the last dollar building a purpose-built home for myself. Then I will report it, and I will even pretend to be outraged by it. Okay, uh, because stuff like that happens every day. Worldwide Birthday says Megan doesn't look like she gave birth to two babies in such a short period of time. She looks fantastic. Well, to be fair, this is actually a photo from, I think it was maybe 3 years ago. So, anyway, let me go back here because this is where I'm starting my slides. Again, that is with other people. This is the updated version. I have put this on the Instagram, which I rarely use, the Royal Sussex Instagram, and I just realized I didn't add that to Twitter, but I will do that today as well. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And moving on. So there's another one of my faves. And I'm like getting this crush on Delphina for some reason. I'm not sure what is happening to me, but but she's very athletic. But yeah, she's nice. She's very that very sweet letter, or not letter, but that tweet or post or whatever she did for the Duchess of Sussex yesterday. Very, very kind. Um Again, I feel a little bit of a sadness that they are leaving. As you guys may have heard, the and you know what else I love? I love the fact that Delphina uses her last name. She didn't s- she doesn't use for professional purposes Nacho's name. She still uses her name. I tried to pronounce it yesterday, and that didn't go well, so I'm not going to do it today. But but yeah, she just seems very much like a modern independent woman. I like that about her is that she knows herself and she's so devoted to her family and to her friends. So she is a superstar in my book. Oh, I'm sorry, that was for Church Nelly. Yes, please remember to hit the like button, you guys. Please. Okay. Yes, he was asked about the $1 million suitcase. Ooh, y'all can't wait to get to that one, can you? Don't worry, it's coming up. Let's see, Baron, turn on Royal wind machine so Nacho's hair can blow in the wind. Thank you for that comment, Diane Hawkins. All right. Okay, so there it is. Charles accepts 1 million. Is that euros? Is that euros? 1 million cash in suitcase from Chic? Um, well, apparently that did happen. And Peter Hunt says Qatar will be welcoming two British royals in 5 days. Charles goes there tomorrow. Andrew heads there next Tuesday. Well, that was from 2015. I guess by someone digging up this tweet, it just reminds us that there seems to be this incredible relationship between people of countries in the Middle East and the British royals. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, they have their royal families too. But the big question is cash for access. That is what has plagued everyone involved is has there been some type of quid pro quo or cash for access? As you know, the whole thing with the Dumfries house and that very covert and secretive, um, I what it yeah, well, he received an honor, and rather than having the big public thing about it, whatever that guy's name is, he gave Charles all that money, and then out of nowhere, I'm just saying that out of nowhere, it was all expected. Then all of a sudden, he receives his honor. He's awarded a medal there at I guess it was at Windsor Castle, or was it Buckingham Palace? Anyway, that stuff happened. And so this is just another one of those times when Charles has some type of shady dealing. I'm just surprised that everybody knows about it. And just think about that. This is a deal that we know of some sort. This is an award he accepted that we know of for some reason. Just think of all of the things that happens behind the scene that nobody is aware of. And it makes me wonder also, has someone leaked this information on Bonnie Prince Charlie? Again, makes you wonder, is this the two houses of Windsor, KP and Clarence House? Are they leaking against each other? Well, let me see. Even the BBC News is talking about it. Prince Charles accepted a suitcase with 1 million euros, reports claim. Oh, Charles, what are you doing? The Prince of Wales accepted a suitcase containing 1 million euros in cash from former Qatari Prime Minister, the Sunday Times has reported. So the Sunday Times are the ones that led this story. The paper says this was one of three cash donations from Sheikh Hamad bin, is that Yasmin or Yasmin, totaling 3 million euros. Clarence House said donations from the Sheikh were passed immediately to one of Prince Charles's charities, and all the correct processes were followed, so we were told. But don't they have cashier's checks or something? No, well, anyway, what does it matter? Clarence House said donations from the Sheikh were passed immediately. Blah, blah, blah. There's no suggestion the payments were illegal. Um, I have a one thing I'd like to say about that is that um, Charles stands to inherit the Duchy of Lancaster. William, at some point, will receive that Duchy of Cornwall. And these are very, very big estates. They have big portfolios. So, of course, Charles definitely is not hurting for money. But I guess that's not the point. The only thing that people that are rich love more than having money is having more money. But there's no suggestion that Prince Charles has done anything illegal by accepting the money, or that it was even illegal, or that he's going to do anything illegal with the money. So um, it just doesn't look right. It does look very weird, especially at a time when so many people are suffering that they've just spent $1 billion on that jubbly. Let me see if all of you entering the chat that missed, grab a drink and enjoy. Oh, thank you, Annie Bullet. Agnes Phillips says, this smells of WikiLeaks to his what is that favorite paper, The Times. William is such a fool. Rose is Charles' nuclear bomb. Well, that's interesting. All he has to do is press that button. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Hello, Sandra G. Happy Sunday to you too. Thank you. And thank you for being a member. Huh. Okay. And Patricia Smith, the leaks from KP, William thought that the throne was going to pass over Charles to him. Then he and Mumbles lost half the Commonwealth. Well, Patricia Smith, there is no way Charles is not going to go to that throne, even with this scandal. Now, I had my theories about that. I thought that in some kind of way there would be a scandal so large that Charles would likely find himself unable to take the throne, that he would be shamed out of it. And that still may be the case because we know of some things about Charles, but surely we don't know everything. So let's say the Queen crosses over to the other realm tonight. Charles automatically, instantly becomes the king. But how long he stays on the throne, if he will actually stay for just a while because some scandal has come up that has shamed him out of the job. Now, people say that can't happen, but look at what happened to Edward the Eighth. Look at what happened. Was it Edward the Eighth or George the Eighth? Anyway, look at what happened to him. He was shamed out of the throne because of Wallace Simpson. So don't say it can't happen. And maybe there is something that is so devastating that they're just waiting until the Queen passes away. And then Charles takes the throne for a little while. And then let's say maybe he says, for health reasons, like sausage fingers or something, I can't stay. That is a possibility. Um, it seems like they have been priming William for quite some time, but still, there once Charles gets on that throne, I doubt if he's going to leave, and I doubt if he's going to allow it to be passed up. It's just not possible for anyone to suggest. I don't even know if an act of parliament could make that happen, but I just don't know if there's any way that anyone can suggest that Charles step aside for William. That would have to be his choice, and I don't think he would make it. And Nafisa Shabazz, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. Oh, and let me see here. Cypher, you have a super chat. Cypher says the only people who transfer cash in Suitcase are spies and criminals. I can see this, his sausage fingers a mile away. So Chucky is no spy. Oh man. Yeah. It it's hard to believe that he would even think that he could get away with something. I mean, it's not like they were hiding it. And it was reported. So I don't it even though it looks very strange, there's a lot of people who deal in cash. Like for instance, Aretha Franklin, she wouldn't allow people to pay her with a check. She had been ripped off too many times, so she only accepted cash. There are some people in this world who only will exchange or gift or whatever in large sums of cash. Not everybody uses a financial institution. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm trying to help Charles in any way, but it's just a fact that some people will only use cash. There are some people who have huge sums of money just sitting around waiting to pay for something like cash for honors. And then there are some people, and not to imply that that's what happened, but you know what I mean. But there are some people who are just using cash, and that's okay. It's nothing illegal about it, and it is okay. As you were saying, Cipher, I have something for you. Let me see if I can share this with you. As you were saying, you could see him from a mile away. I'm going to dispute that. I'm not sure that you would easily see him reaching for a cash case. Let's test that theory. Now, you say that you would be able to spot him a mile away. I say no, but let's see who's right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay, okay. You're absolutely right. I stand corrected. You would be able to spot him a mile away, reaching for a case full of cash. Okay, you got me on that one. I stand corrected. You were right. I was wrong. Um, oh man. Uh, that kind of snuck up on you, right? Yeah, you're welcome. Um, let's see. Lorna Williams says this diplomatic status nonsense needs to go because of it. Private jets and no search going into different countries. This accounts some of the money laundering, human trafficking in the world. Yes, Lorna Williams, that is true. There are some people who do not have to take their shoes off at the airport or remove their belt buckle or allow people to look through that suitcase full of cash. And Joyce Vo says there is so much that the UK press knows about Willie and Charlie. It is going to be interesting what will come out. Charles is not going to step aside for Willie. Joyce, I agree. I don't believe that's possible. And Lorna Williams says this. That somehow that's double, isn't it? Okay, okay, I got you. And then, of course, Smells Like Willie is working hard to get Chucky out of the way. Game of Thrones is on, isn't it, though? Isn't it? Like I say, I could see them possibly creating some type of situation where he is shamed out of the you know out of the family, or well, out of the throne, off the throne. But I don't see any situation where he would just willingly step aside. um well, he would willingly step aside, but that's only because they have something that is so much worse than anything else that we've seen so far. Okay, so let me take that away. And oh, I got to get rid of Charles here. Although, if you don't mind, I do have one more of Charles that I'd like to share since I'm being silly and petty and um let me see. Since I'm going there anyway, since I've gone through the trouble, let me find one more shamelessly petty thing that I can share. Well, okay. All right. I'm done. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I have nothing else like that for Charles today. But he's like a little garden gnome, isn't he? Very cartoonish. He's becoming quite cartoonish with age. Okay. Yeah, Sonia Johnson, I agree. But I hope, I hope, I hope that I do live to see him make it to the throne so that everything that we've said about him so far will be confirmed. And we won't have to have people, gloat over the fact that he's reached the throne and everything. Let him get there and let him make a complete buffoon out of himself. Because as much as he's like out of his depth at this moment, could you imagine once he has all the keys to the kingdom, how much mischief that he can get into? So yeah, I'm waiting for that moment. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. All right, I just took care of something. All right, all right, all right. Gotcha. All right. Jay Law says, hi, Baron. Oh, you want to just say hi to everybody? That's fine. We'll help you out with that. Hi, Jay Law. Okay. And Desmap says, in the 21st century, why avoid using electronic transfer of money directly into the intended beneficiaries? Remember that Charles still has to secure wealth from Camilla's children, for Camilla's children. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, and so it would look odd that he takes money directly from his duchies, you know, Cornwall and then eventually Lancaster. But, because of Camilla's elevated status, it wouldn't seem out of the ordinary for him to do that. I mean, after all, their mother will be the queen consort thanks to that little sleight of hand that they pulled on the queen, allegedly. That time the queen was sitting there in her chair and she was going through her red box and she thought she saw Philip, allegedly, and somebody threw those documents in her case and she signed it. And one of them may have said, allegedly, please make sure that you call Camilla queen consort, possibly. Remember that? I'm not saying that that happened, but I won't say that it didn't happen. While the queen was sitting there in her chair, minding her business, wasn't bothering anybody, she had her red box open and she thought she saw Philip in the corridor. Philip! Philip! And next thing you know, she went back to signing her papers. And then, what, a day or two later, we get the news that she wants people to refer to Camilla as the queen consort. That's just my version of events. I'm not saying that that happened, but I'm not saying it didn't happen. Is that legal? I think it is. Philip! Oh, okay. Let's see. Diane Hawkins says, "Look at Child's fingers. Wait, did you say fingers? Look at his fingers wave." That's just wrong. Who takes time to do something like that? So, Joy Cat Lady says, "How long the royal family will last because of what Charles is now being investigated? First Andrew, and now Prince Charles being uh, caught being, well, I think it's caught being bad. Well, Joy Cat Lady, remember, once he's king, there is no court in the land that will touch him. As a matter of fact, um, if they just throw the queen's name in there, like if it's some cause for the queen to bear witness, just like they did when that guy stole Princess Diana's knickers and her gowns, and remember that what was his name? Paul Burrell, the butler, the one that stole all of Diana's clothes, and then the queen came forward and said that, oh, I recall having a conversation. Excuse me. Of course, she didn't say that. People said that she said that. And that was a statement that was issued. And next thing you know, he was completely cleared and he was free to go and write books and monetize his relationship with Princess Diana, the Queen, and the rest of the royal family. Now, that is somebody who obviously had plenty dirt on that family. Plenty. All the messy. Okay. So Tom Barrows, that guy that looks like he can't wait to get home and give himself an enema. Tom Barrows says, bags stuffed with money like a scene from Only Fools and Horses. Prince Charles has jeopardized his reign. A Clarence House spokesman, though, said, we are disappointed not to have been given more time to look into this matter, which dates from a decade ago. In a few hours, we have had on a Saturday. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this? I grabbed this and I didn't look at the date of it. We have confirmed that charitable donations were received from Sheikh. Okay, yeah, this is for now. Hamad bin Jasmine, and these were passed immediately to one of the prince's charities who carried out the appropriate governance and have assured us that all of the correct processes were followed. So, which dates back a decade ago. I'm not sure what they mean by that. Like, was this something that was in the works for a while ago? I don't know. But anyway, we do know this. There was a suitcase full of cash. lots of cash. €1 million, 1 million euros. Why the nice round number? I wonder. Joyce posts a court can't touch Charles, but public opinion is another thing, and Charles loves positive public opinions, and the global world will note what negative opinions will bring. Yeah, that is true. I mean, they do need the consent of the people to stay in power. But as long as they got the Sussexes to, I guess, what do you call it, use as a smokescreen, then I wonder how much that even matters. I mean, that's when the Sussexes come in handy, is that they can. Oh, Cipher! I know when I saw that, I'm like, he writes for the Mail. I saw that and I was like, wow, is he on the Mail now? Let me see. Tom Burrows must have received his payoff money. He usually supports the royal family. Thank you for that comment, Lydia Washington. Well, I mean, when a story gets this big and everybody's talking about it, that gives you some cover. And this is so egregious, if you will. It's very difficult for people to try to, um, I guess, twist it in a way that would support Charles. This is like really big. This is really big. I mean, it's all going to go away in no time, but um, the visualization of a suitcase full of cash. And honestly, I don't think it's such a big deal, because this is only what we see, and it is a suitcase full of cash, but it's not going to touch him. That's why I say it's not such a big deal. This is just something to talk about and probably distract from something else. But I don't know how it hurts him. I don't know how anything can hurt him, because if you look at the way the people are so easily distracted by things, while this is going on, what exactly are they trying to hide from people? I mean, it is a suitcase full of cash, but these are rich people passing money to other rich people in the full light of day. I don't think they tried to hide anything. I don't know how it hurts them. Um, I'm just wondering, why do we know about it? Who leaked the information? And then what are we supposed to do with that? It's not like anybody's going to jail. It's not like it hasn't happened before. So I don't get why this is, but it does look strange. I have to say it does look strange, and it is another way of eroding Charles's image, which is why I'm thinking that at some point when Charles, if and when he ever makes it to the throne, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's like they're building a case slowly. They're putting the building blocks together slowly. And then once the queen is gone, then Charles is going to be publicly shamed and humiliated in the worst possible way, more than we could ever dream of. And then, just then, maybe he'll say, well, you know what? My hands are getting so big, I can't wear the ring of state. So I'm going to step down in favor of my son. I could see that as a possible scenario. But other than that, I can't think of anything else that would make this stick out or noteworthy. Let's see. Satonia Smith says this is something William pulled out of his something tarnish. Oh, to tarnish. I don't know what that emoji is. Oh, out of his hat. That is a hat, I believe. This is something that William pulled out of his hat to tarnish Prince Charles' name. Yes, yes. But this is only part of it. There's got to be something big, huge, huge that they're going to pull on him as soon as the queen is gone. And who knows? Well, you know what? The queen was just riding horses the other day. Did you guys know that? The queen was out riding a horse the other day. Yep. And it wasn't a piggyback ride. I mean a real horse. Okay. Uh that was so shady. Oh, by the way, Satonia, thank you so much for your super chat, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Joseph Bernal says, "Hello, squatties. That person Charles who takes the throne. I feel many more receipts are coming. The Our receipts are going to come out, and you can't hide the skeletons forever." That's exactly what I'm saying. There must be something bigger. This is just an appetizer. This is just to whet your appetite. They haven't even gotten to the worst part of it yet. Tamiki agrees, says they're making sure everything is in place before Gangsta Gang Gang retires. Pulling a fast one on her is very wrong. Then again, the queen could have told them to put paper to put paper. There's some, as she pretends to see film. Now you put the paper there, and I can't do that voice anymore. And I'll pretend like I see Philip. Well, you know what, Tamika, you may be onto something because remember, she played senile so that she can get the Sussexes over there. She played senile. She told Charles and Camilla, yeah, go to the opera, whatever it was. She sent the Cambridges on vacation. And the next thing you know, after the Sussexes have left the country, then we find out that Harry and Meghan made a very private visit to the Queen. So it's possible. It is possible that she's like really orchestrating all these things by pretending to be out of her wit. Uh, oh, thank you so much. I just received a very nice gift from the PayPal. I really appreciate that. I won't say the name just in case you use something different. But yes, thank you for that. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Sunday to you. Okay. Hi, Mary. How are you feeling today? I'm so glad you're here. Mary Hiker says, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Hiker? Hiker? But anyway, you know your love. That's what's important. After waiting all these years, I don't think he'll pass it to Willie. Well, okay. So, Mary, think about this though. I think you're right. I don't think he's just going to go away quietly. But what if this struggle between father and son gets so nasty that the people are just like, you know what? We're ready to move on. We're ready to do like Jamaica. We're ready to move on. It could cause such a scandal. And then too, I just thought of something else. What if Charles, you know how they keep saying slim down monarchy? What if Charles has it in his mind, and I know this is going to be really hard to believe, but what if he has it in his mind that for the sake of posterity, for his place in history, what if he's already decided, I'm going to be the last king, I'm going to be the last sovereign. And once I get the opportunity, I am going to dismantle the entire setup. So slim down monarchy, maybe that is like something even bigger than anybody suspects when he says slim down monarchy. It doesn't mean that the royal family goes away forever, but it just means that some of the power and such, like for instance, Charles has already said, I believe I've heard that it was reported that he would open up Buckingham Palace more like Versailles, where it would be more accessible to people. Otherwise, you got almost 800 rooms of what? 800 rooms of what? You know, those rooms could be used for weddings, bar mitzvahs, whatever. I just think that that's a possibility. Maybe there is a secret plan that Charles has been working on in his head that will really make things difficult for William in years to come. Not likely, but I'm just saying that's a possibility. It's hard to know what's. Hi, Miss P Talks. Oh, by the way, thank you, Mary, for your comment. This is all about Andrew, not about William. Andrew is spilling the tea because he wants to come back. Well, Andrew has been rebuffed from two public appearances, and so yeah, I think he. But I doubt if he'll spill the tea because as much as he knows about them, What if they start spilling tea about him? I'm pretty sure they know more than anybody else. So, oh wow, it's limitless possibilities, isn't it? Oh, Rose Theodore, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. Okay, I think we are going to switch gears. I feel, I'm sorry, I the rage I feel, unjustified, aggressive. Stop and search a 14-year-old boy walking home from school while black. Attacking and dehumanizing black boys and men is the routine of the British police. Prosecute the Met Police, make them pay, withdraw consent. Um, I saw that. I'm like, this is this America? It almost looks very much like something you would expect to see in the United States. Now, I have to say, there's a lot of people that ask me, are things better over there? People seem to believe that anything that is Europe, anything that is British, is probably a lot better than what we have here in the US. There's a lot of African Americans I know who seem to think that because we have seen how in the 20s and the 30s, jazz musicians and singers could go over to Paris and they would be treated so right, or maybe during the war, the way that some people in Britain defended the black soldiers when the Americans were trying to use all that Jim Crow on them. People seem to think that you're better off if you're black and you're in Britain. Well, this really, really goes to the root of that notion. Um, Let me do that. So that is the kid right there. He's 14 years old. Now that grainy footage that you see there, and I purposely use something a little smaller because it makes you sick to your stomach. But they're on top of him. Um, Very George Floyd like excessive force, but they're on top of this 14-year-old boy. Now look at his mother on the right side of that little photo, right? And then look at how small he is next to her on the photo to the left. So this little scrawny, little skinny beanpole of a boy, I mean, just tiny young man with these big burly cops all over him, like he's some kind of supervillain that if they don't hold every limb, he is going to break free and he's going to slam them to the ground or something. So we better get a hold of him. But no, what it is they saw that beautiful brown skin. And from that, they assumed that he is of a greater threat to themselves and society. Well, guess what? They weren't even looking for him. They got the wrong person. They found the wrong person. They went to the first black person that they saw because, as you know, there aren't that many black people in Britain. I am being sarcastic when I say that, but there aren't that many black people in Britain. So the first one that they saw, that's got to be him. So they take him down to the ground. They pin him. He was taken to the hospital with bruises and a lot of pain to his back. But his you can't see it in that photo, but his mother's in tears as they interview him. This is awful. This is awful. And this is nothing more than a display of aggression against a person of color to remind him that you are not British and you don't belong here. That is the message. Whatever else they say, the message is you are not British and you don't belong here. And why does that remind me of something I've seen before? Uh, I mean, is there anything so different from this British symbol of colonialism, imperialism, racism? Is there any difference between that and what we're looking at right there? It just goes to show that as a person of color, you better understand that we have the upper hand, that we see you as a savage and you must be put down. That is the message. So while people are saying things like, and of course, don't even get me started with Martin Luther Cambridge. I wonder if he's going to address this. I wonder if he would have the courage. I wonder if he would have the courage to address this. I wonder if old Martin Luther Cambridge, he don't like cotton. I wonder if Martin Luther Cambridge is going to bring this up. I wonder if he'll go and visit with the family. I wonder. What can we expect from Martin Luther Cambridge? Maybe he'll add that next to that his next "I had a scheme" speech. He don't like cotton. It keeps on growing. Yeah, you know what, Susie Q? I hope they sue, but I look at some of the damages that they get from lawsuits in the UK. I tell you what, you won't be able to quit your job on what they pay. They don't pay that much money. Too bad he can't take them to an American court, because here in the United States, you pay. You pay. That old Martin Luther Cambridge, he won't tackle this one. He ain't got courage. I wonder if Martin Luther Cambridge will tackle this one. I truly doubt it. So, um, he'll pretend like it didn't happen. But yeah, this is quite shameful. Not to make light of this, this is quite shameful. Um, so much aggression for an unarmed kid who was released. They released him. They had absolutely nothing to hold him for. They just that this was done, and then they released him. Then they realized they had the wrong person. Now his mother wasn't present when they pinned him down, but some concerned citizen who knew that that was his mother phoned her and said, "You need to get down there." And so she rushed down there, and she assumed that her kid was going to die that day. She literally assumed that her child was about to die. Yep. Yeah. Oh, let me see, Baron. You can associate Martin Luther with Willie Leaks. Well, to be frank, Susie Q, it is only a parody, and it is mostly an insult to him. And there's no association between the two, and that's the point. There is no association between the two. So while I do respect what you're saying, and it's not making light of Martin Luther King, it is making light of Willie Leaks. So, um, and that is the point, that he has tried to cast himself in this, and it's only virtue signaling. That's all it's about. Is he's trying to virtue signal. He's trying to say to black people, "I'm progressive. I'm the future. We can talk about these things, and that's it. They'll pay it lip service, and then they're done. That's the whole point of it. Is just enough to confuse people, especially older people who they hope will tell the younger people of the virtues of the royal family. But at the end of the day, Prince William doesn't look anything like those people behind him on that very large image that he's standing in front of. As a matter of fact, there's nothing in his history that can identify with them to him, except for the fact that when they came to the British Isles, when they came to help rebuild the motherland, the empire, they thought they were citizens And nowadays we find out that the government believes that they're not and that they shouldn't even be there. Let me see here. Let me see. Marshall says Martin Luther Cambridge will not visit or write a letter to that black family. You got that right. But he writes letters to the widow of a fallen officer at the insurrection, an officer who was a Trump supporter. Ooh, Marshall, I forgot about that. Yes, yes, he was a Trump supporter. Yeah, the guy that died, Officer Sicknick, it was reported that he was a Trump supporter, but he was trying to do his job and defend the Capitol the day that he was badly injured and then died later from a stroke. I almost forgot about that. Thank you for the reminder. Let's see here. Lydia says, until he calls out the attacks of people of color in his own family, nobody with sense will believe his double talk. Well, yeah, but Lydia, it's not for us. This is only for other white people to see that he's not that bad. So, in other words, rather than to have this aura of negativity from people who are kind of in the middle, but you probably know what I'm trying to say here. But the people who are in the middle ground, who are just kind of casually against certain, I guess, racist behavior or um, anti people of color policies, this is so that they will think that there's really not a problem and that the royal family somehow has a handle on these things and that the government will be held in check because the royal family is like the last voice that will be heard in the room in case things get out of hand. Like they say, the queen steadies the nerves of the country during times of trouble. It's not like the queen actually went and created a vaccine. All she did was give a speech. But other than that, as they say, she had a nurse in the next room. She received the very best of any type of medical care that's available, which is why she's 96 years old. Um, she can't identify with other people. So, yeah, I think it's not really for our consumption. It is just to help people who are in between or in the middle of these opinions believe that something is being done. So that way they can continue to look the other way. I think. Maybe I got that wrong. Okay. I like this one, I think. Um, oh, that's what I was looking for. No, it wasn't. Oh, there we go. Sandra G says Charles has always been a shady as AF who uses suitcase full of cash and plastic bags, even if they are from high end stores. How come they get through airport security? We could be locked up. Well, because the royal family kind of works as, oh, there's 1,000 people. I didn't even notice that. Thank you, Marls G. Thank you. Um, because diplomats don't have to open their suitcases. They do not have to open their suitcases. So yeah, there's a lot of things they can get away with that we can't. Oh, okay. Let's change gears a bit. Okay. Did you all see this? Did you all see this? Did you see this? They're not hiding anymore, are they? Miller says to President Trump, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court yesterday. Sorry. Did you all see this? Is this real? Yes, it is. This is quite real. This really did happen. This happened yesterday. But let me show you what's even more shocking. Look at that. Huh? Behind those banners at the bottom, and also if you use just a little of a different camera angle, look at who's there. Sister girl, bruh man, and bruh. See there? Sister girl, bruh man, and bruh. Bruh man, and sister girl. Look at who's there. Oh man. And one of them is wearing one of those red hats. Yeah. She's new to Congress, and she's from Illinois, a very blue state, but she also comes from one of the fastest growing counties in the Midwest. I think it's DuPage County, which can be very, very conservative. I believe DuPage County often votes for Republicans. So no surprise there. But yeah, she said out loud what a lot of people have obviously been thinking. Now, what does that mean? I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court. Um, let me see if I can find this. I wasn't sure if it was copyrighted, but I'm very sure that I can play the sound bite for you. So I will do that if I can find it. It's been all over Twitter. But in the meantime, what they mean by white life is this: because the population of people of color is increasingly growing in the United States, not just Black people, but people from Asia, as well as people from South and Central America. Since that population is growing, um, the only way that they can help to perpetuate um, people of European uh, extraction in this country is to go after the what do you call it? Those clinics, planned pregnancy, Planned Parenthood clinics, right? The only way that they can really change things is to target them, to make it more difficult to for women to have the right to choose. And so by doing so, um, that 60% of women of European background that use those clinics will find it increasingly difficult for them to seek whatever it is they're looking for, meaning that they can increase the population of people that are not of color in this country. In other words, white people. They can reverse that trend because by 2050, they suspect that America will never be as brown as it will be by 2050. Has never been as brown since Christopher Columbus reached the Americas. And so that, oh, there it is right there. So this is, oh gosh, what is her name? This is that lady with the glasses that does that blue eye test. If you guys know what her name is, please put it in the comments. But I'm gonna let you. Oh, Jane Elliott. Jane Elliott. So again, I think this is copyrighted, so I can't share the video with you. But I will share her words with you. If you give me just a second here. So, and please be ready to adjust your sound because it may be kind of difficult to hear it. Okay. Okay. Here goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Jane Elliott. Take it away, Jane.
We have got to stop tolerating the intolerable. If it's intolerable for my Black cousins, and every Black person on this earth is one of my cousins, if it's intolerable for them, it's intolerable for me. I will not tolerate it. I will not tolerate it. That is not that. I am required not to tolerate that kind of treatment for the people who are related to me. And that's every person on the face of the earth. If your ignorance is such that you will mistreat somebody because of your ignorance about the color of their skin, don't do it around me. Number one, I've been threatened with death lots of times. Now I say, go for it, fool. My husband died 4 years ago. Being with him would not be a bad thing for me. Death is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Living a worthless, useless life is much worse than dying.
Okay, that was not the exact one that I was looking for. So let me look again. Um, I hope this is it.
We have got to stop tolerating the intolerable. Will not tolerate it. My husband died from
Nope, that's not it. Let me try again.
frightened. If you don't understand the destruction of Planned Parenthood offices, and you don't understand the wall that we're going to build on the southern border of the United States, you haven't read the book The Birth Dearth by Ben Wattenberg. Ben Wattenberg was a brilliant Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute. And he wrote a book, the first paragraph of which says, the main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country. He was an advisor to presidents of the United States. He wrote the book in 1987. He says if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. Now, I'm not misrepresenting this. I'm telling you almost exactly what he says. He says there are three things we can do to solve this. Number one, we could pay women to have babies, as they have been doing in Western European nations for years. Then he says, and these are his words, not mine, unfortunately, we would have to pay women of all colors to have babies, so we don't want to do that. He says the second thing we could do is increase the number of legal immigrants that are allowed into this country every year. Then once again, he says, unfortunately, the vast majority of those waiting to come to this country today are people of color, so we don't want to do that. The third thing he says, and women had better pay attention to this, 60% of the fetuses that are aborted every year are white. If we could keep that 60% alive, that would solve our birth dearth. Does that sound like racism to you? And if it doesn't, I want to know why it doesn't.
Okay, so you heard it. That was Elliott. That was the quote I was looking for. But so this has been trending today. And as you can see, she explains to you her opinions about why what happened with the Supreme Court happened. And that is why, obviously, the Congresswoman from Illinois said, Mr. President, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court yesterday. And the thing is, just pay. Just pay. Give a tax incentive, or just like other countries, pay people to have children. But again, like she said, they don't want to do that because they're afraid that the population growth will trend in a different direction, and that would be devastating for their cause. So, you guys can look her up if you like. But that was a direct quote from her. Um, so there you have it. And with that, I am going to open up to your words directly. Please try to limit your comments to a minute or less, depending on how many people we get, of course. Nobody's been up to talking lately, but there it is. I just put it there, and now I'm going to pin your message to the top. I mean, that link to the top if you want to chime in. If not, I'll look at your comments here directly. But yeah, it is. There is something big happening, isn't it? I mean, this is much bigger than a lot of people realize. Wow. Okay, so the comments are going very fast. Okay, there we go. Laura, is it Laura Ya? Laura L Ya, right?
Yes.
Gosh, okay. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Thank you.
You know, I thought about what they did with the Supreme Court thing, and I started laughing because a lot of these white women are with black men. And so now they can't abort those babies. So
Right.
it's kind of funny. You don't want the black babies, but now that a lot of white women seem to prefer black men, they can no longer abort those babies. So those babies will be born. So you trying to get a bunch of white babies, but you're going to get I think a brother called them velvet babies in the middle of all of this, what you're trying to avoid. So it's going to be interesting how they curveball that, because my earlier statement was this, Barry. These women are going to go on vacation and they're going to get a margarita, a tan, an abortion, liposuction. They going to come back home. And their boyfriend is going to help them pay for it, because they don't want to go through child support for the rest of their days. So they rather get her $5,000-$10,000, go take a vacation, do what you got to do. And I ain't got to pay child support. So that's what's going to happen. Them women ain't having them babies. They are mad as hell. They out there marching all over the place. And they gonna get an abortion. Maybe they won't get it in America, but quite a bit of them are going to go on vacation. Trust me. That's my word on that.
Well, Shirley Chisholm said that whether men like it or not, there has always been abortion and there always will be. The only
Yeah,
thing is, it's never been safer than what it has been in Western industrialized civilization in the past, what, 40, 50, well, let's say 100 years. It's only gotten safer. But now they're trying to push it into the back alleys again, or only for people who can afford it. Again, they should just pay the people to have the babies if that's what's so important to them. And
yeah,
let me tell you something else I know about this is that in well, in terms of the not abortion, but the population in Brazil, in Argentina, in so many countries, including the United States, when it seems like things were, for lack of a better word, getting too colorful, then they would have mass immigration from Poland, from Germany, from
yeah,
Ireland, from all of these places. They would have mass immigration just to balance things out. But what's different in today's world is that there's not enough white people from other countries who would dare come here, because their standard of living is so much better in Ireland, in Poland, in Germany, and
yeah,
all these other countries where they used to import people. But of course, they can't get, well, even that president that we're looking at right there, he couldn't get enough of Eastern Europe. He's had two Eastern European wives that he brought to the United States. So anybody who thinks that he hasn't been working on this for a while, just look at who he married. You know,
yeah,
one American woman that he married, that was, spontaneous. But those two Eastern European women that he married, that was deliberate, because that is where the mindset is that we have to keep bringing people over here. And the only logical place is from Eastern Europe. So I think that's why they were so willing to take people from Ukraine. But if you're from the Middle East, if you're from Africa, don't you dare bother. But if you're
yeah.
from Ukraine, with open arms, they welcome people. So you got this weird situation where you see them bringing in families from Ukraine to the UK while they're pushing out people who helped save the empire when they needed labor. They
Yeah.
needed the Windrush people to help rebuild their economy. Same as with Germany. They brought in the Turks because everybody was dead. Anybody who could lift up a axe or a shovel, anybody who could lay a brick was dead. So they had to bring in outside people. And then, of course, what did they do? Make them feel, well, make the next generations feel like strangers in their own place of birth, their land of birth. So
You
this
know
is
what,
something
Baron?
that has been going on for a long, long time. And like they say, this whole thing with Planned Parenthood, this was 50 years in the making,
But
and they finally
their
have
plan is
achieved it.
flawed. Their plan is flawed. Look at what we need here in this country. We need high tech people. Those people aren't high tech. They can't do them jobs. And then on top of it, I've noticed, because I live in California, these people do not want to work. Period. They
That's
don't work.
true.
They don't want to do jack. And those people have nothing to add to the economy. All the government can do is cut them a check. And then after a while, government is good about cutting you a check. And then when things get too tough and they can't handle it no more, they cut you off. And then all of a sudden, I see you working at McDonald's. and Subway wrapping a sandwich. Like I'm seeing them out there right now. The government done cut their check off. So now I see them working in Marshalls and Ross. And where else did I went? I went somewhere else the other day and I started seeing them pop up all over the place. Chipotle out here in California, Mexican little place that makes you food. So they start popping up in these little areas like that because before the government was cutting a check. I can always tell when the government stopped cutting the check. I look at the people that are now waiting on me that's 50 something years old and telling me they have no social security. That means you ain't been working all this time.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was someone else I wanted to let in, but
Yeah. I'll shut up and let somebody else get their turn.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Sonia.
I can hear you now.
Okay. There
Can you hear
go.
me?
Yes,
Okay.
I can. Come on in here. What you got to say?
Hey. Well, the first thing I have
Welcome.
to say is we love you, Baron. You're amazing. And the work that you're doing is incredible. I mean, for the Sussex Squad members, and I feel like I can speak for Sussex Squad, when we hear these horrible things and then we're able to come on this show and hear you speak truth to power, it's an amazing feeling. So thank you for all that you do.
Oh, thank you. You know I would get embarrassed when I hear that, but thank you.
Well, I think that the reason why they have such a problem with our girl, with our woman, with our fabulous Duchess, Meghan Markle, is because of her precision. I don't think that, I mean, surely in the United States and all over the world, we've seen Celia Cruz, we've seen, women of color do amazing things all over the world. But there still is this stereotype that we will be hoochie or ghetto. We all noticed that when Meghan first came to the scene, they put her in this, she comes from Compton, right? So they were trying to locate her in that space so that people can start thinking ill of her. And I think what really made people mad is when Prince Harry came out and defended her so strongly. That was something that had never been done before, ever. And the first time that it's done is for a woman of color. People were not pleased with that, but they got over it, and everybody started to love our Duchess. They saw how amazing she was. They saw how precise her and her mother was. And when I say precise, I mean the clothes, the speech, the hair, the attitude, everything was so precise. And I think what really offended people, and I know an old English woman was offended by this, when the Queen invited Doria over for Christmas. And our Queen Doria said, no, thank you. I know a lot of people took that the wrong way. And what they don't realize is that Doria is not overcome by the royals. She is herself. She's self-actualized. This is her daughter's marriage. She's here to support her daughter, but will she come and fall at the Queen's foot and thank everybody for having the kindness to accept her and her a biracial daughter? No, she's not doing any of that. And that, I think, is part of the reason why people have such a hate for her, because obviously there's no reason. She does good all over the world. She's been doing good all over the world. She's been doing monumental things all over the world before she even became the Duchess of Sussex. So there's no real reason and no valid reason to hate her. Their hate is the precision, the beauty, the articulateness. And I always say, this is not just, this heat that they're bringing to her is not only for our Duchess. It's a message for any woman of color, for any little girl, for any young woman who dares to think that they can stand beautifully in these circles and stand even more eloquently and beautiful than the people that's been in these circles for years. Meghan went and she showed up and she showed out, and they just couldn't handle it. They just couldn't handle it. And so, yes, it is a message to all women of color and all people of color. Not this thing that they're doing with our Duchess is not just about her. It is a symbol to us all. And I yield.
Did Barron cut his mic again? Hello? Did you cut your mic, Barron? Hello?
Oh, you know what? I forgot I muted my mic. I muted my mic. I was in the middle of a very long story and my mic was muted. Anyway, y'all missed a great story. Woo! I was on a roll too. I was on a roll, believe me. But anyway, sorry about that, you guys. I muted my mic so I could drink some water, clear my throat, and everything. And then I forgot to turn the mic back on. But thank you so much for your comment. That was very powerful, very strong, and I loved it. And as what you missed, you guys, was I was saying that Doria was just letting them know that she was not so impressed with the royal family and that she wasn't going to participate in her virtue signaling. So, sorry about that. So, Sheila Hilton, thank you so much for the super chat. You said, did you see Lauren Santo Domingo's tweet to Ivanka Trump about her friends taking her to get an abortion? I did see that, and I thought that was hilarious. Um, Whoa, there's a lot of comments that I missed here. And also there was another super chat. Thank you so much, Audrey Teschner, evening all squad family and moderators. God keep blessing you. Proud to be a part of this family for real. Thank you so much, Audrey Teschner. Again, sorry, I totally forgot to turn my mic on. I looked and I'm just like, what the? There we go. So anyway, I'm back. And if anybody else wants to chime in, the link is there. If not, then I can just take a look at your comments here. But yeah, what an interesting thing, though. What an interesting thing this statement. I mean, saying out loud what a lot of people are thinking. Um, I was totally shocked by that, but not surprised. Just surprised to see it yesterday. Deanna C says the Roe versus Wade being overturned will be a huge disappointment for the white supremacy crowd. Um, yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that because there will be this fear that that means even more people of color will have families. But the old stereotype about the welfare mothers and the big families and such. Nobody's having that many kids nowadays, and I hate when um, people say that about the Hispanic or Latin American community, even other black people. I tell them, I'm like, that is a stereotype. Nobody's having the big families anymore. That is like such a thing of the past. But people are locked into that stereotype, and I think that's very unfortunate. Okay. Anyway, sorry you guys. I had my mic muted again. I was drinking water and clearing my throat. Does anybody else want to chime in? Thank you, both people that called in. I really appreciate it. You ladies were fabulous, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to say a proper farewell or a proper thank you, but yeah, you know how I am. Oh man, but let's see. Let's see, Baron, y'all, racial profiling is and has been a standard all over the world since the beginning of time. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And race, using race is a way to divide people. Um, Racism and classism, it has always been used to control people. Hello, Anna Espinoza. Oh, I'm sorry. That is not for me. And let's see. Tamikia Green says Doria saw how they treated her daughter and didn't want to be a part of the shenanigans. If they didn't protect Meghan from the rodents, think of how they would protect her. Exactly. Exactly. I think by maintaining a quiet dignity, Doria demonstrated that she had a good understanding of what was going on by not playing into that circus. She uh, just let them know that I understand what's going on and I'm not going to give you cover. All right, let's move on then, you guys. Wow, very, very interesting, huh? Let me do a break beat. I think I got a break beat coming. Okay. Anyway, there are some people there in the crowd. I showed you that already. There's always one. In this case, there's always three. Okay. Where is Annie? I need Annie right now. Why is this account? Oh, this is from Christopher Bowsy, by the way. Why is this account that focuses on attacking Meghan Markle paying to promote conspiracy theories about Meghan while also paying to promote positive tweets about Kate Middleton? I don't know about you, but I have never paid to promote someone I never met. Well, let's take a look at the things here. Right here. Are you still doubting that Meghan Markle went on her self serving PR trip? And then over here, that same account says the Duchess of Cambridge did not come here to play. She is smart, intelligent. Well, she is a smart, intelligent woman. So, this account, Evans Einstein, um, that is what Christopher Bowsy had mentioned on his page on the 16th. And I only just saw it myself. But yeah, so on the one hand, you have someone who is paying to promote hate against the Duchess of Sussex. And then that same person is paying to promote a positive message. And of course, look at the photos that they use. She's smart, hardworking, etc. And then here, I'm going to share this because we are getting very close to the 2 hours. The royal wedding of May 18th, 2018. Oh, no, I'm saying it wasn't the 18th. But anyway, remains the most watched royal wedding in history, grabbing a global viewership of 1.9 billion people. It remains the most talked about royal wedding in the in the past 20 years. Harry and Meghan reign supreme. And that is true. It is still the most popular of the royal weddings. And one of the reasons why they have to go after the Sussexes is because aside from the Jubilee and a funeral, and a state funeral that is, and of course, obviously a coronation, it is going to be years before those Cambridge kids are married. Let's consider this. What if the Cambridge kids wait until they're about, oh, I don't know, 30 or close to 30 years old before they get married? That's like about another, what, 20 years? Almost 20 years before there's another royal wedding that will be of any type of significance? Huh? I mean, they're the next generation of senior royals. As a matter of fact, I think since for Harry and William, unless Archie and Lily receive their titles of prince and princess, then there will only be Louis, George, and Charlotte. They'll be the only like senior royals, young senior royals for a long time. Gosh, that's interesting. See what happens when you slim down the monarchy? Wow. Yeah, so about another 20 years, possibly another 20 years before there's a royal wedding of any note. Denise Miller, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and happy Sunday to you. Okay. Now, you guys, I found a photo online. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get kind of messy. I think that this may possibly be a photo from someone's youth, one of the people in the royal rotor. When I saw this, I said, "Oh my goodness." You know who I think that is? Yes, yes, I found a young photo of Robert Jobson. See the resemblance? You see that? That is Robert Jobson. I promise you that's Robert Jobson. You see what I mean? Take a look there. Robert Jobson. Robert Jobson. I promise you that's him. I don't care what anybody says. You can't convince me that that is not Robert Jobson. Either that or I'm just completely shady. That's Robert Jobson. Don't tell me how this happened, but that is Robert Jobson. Somebody leaked one of his childhood photos on the internet, and I just happened to be scrolling through. Woo! I just happened to be scrolling through and just so happened to find an image of young Robert Jobson doing one of his favorite things. Oh, too much, you guys. I know, shady AF, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity to be shady, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, young Robert Jobson. Oh man. Well, I mean, we need to laugh, right? Okay, those idiots want Archie and Lily anywhere. I'm sorry, don't want Archie and Lily anywhere near them. And okay. Jay Matt says, "Hello, squatties. Just a fan of Harry and Meghan saying hi. Keep up the good work." Thank you, Jay Matt. I love that. Thank you. And Pam Porter says, notice how quiet Republican politicians are being. They know how damaging this will be for them in the midterm elections. Oh, you know what? As much as I hate that this happened, if it can do anything to stop that train, I pray that that is true. Diane Hawkins says, don't know, but from what I witnessed from the Wild Kingdom and Temple, they might start marrying the clan off to each other soon as age 12 or so. Nothing, but nothing would surprise me. Yeah, there's just going to be this huge void but you know what, they'll make up something, like for instance the investiture of the Prince of Wales. That's one event that they could have for George. They can do an investiture for the Prince of Wales, but then again, if Charles is on the throne for 20 to 30 years, that could take a long time for that to happen, because William will become the Prince of Wales. And that's an event that they can have. Although I just remembered some of the people in Wales, the majority of people in Wales, do not want anyone as Prince of Wales, and least of all, not William. They don't want there to be an investiture of a Prince of Wales. And most of them are not keen about William. So, ooh, okay. All right, so let me get over here. U.S. has turned Meghan Markle popularity and image plummeting in home country. So this is quite deliberate, and I'm going to tell you why they're doing this. Because they're the ones that have the problem. They have big problems.
Prince William was given the title Duke of this place. He's now the Duke of Cambridge. Despite living in the U.S., Prince Harry and Meghan Markle retain their titles Duke and Duchess of this place. Pam.
What is Sussex?
Correct.
Okay, I remembered to turn my mic back on. Yes, they want to try to drive this message. I believe, and I've said this before, there is a fatigue that sets in when you create negative images about someone. Like, for instance, the association of, say, a talk show host to a pig. If you keep saying hoghead often enough, then suddenly, even when you're on other people's channels, you hear somebody say that hoghead so and so. I take full credit for that, by the way. So if you say hoghead often enough, it grows, it festers, it becomes part of the overall message. Hoghead. So this idea that Meghan Markle is losing popularity at home, they're going to say that, and if they keep saying it often enough, then of course, as propaganda goes, as gaslighting goes, you're going to start having conversations with people like the friend that I lost some time ago, who told me, "Oh, Baron, I don't think that they're as liked as well liked over here as you think they are." I said, "Where are you getting that from?" "Well, you know, they say," and it was all they this, they that. And I said, "Why do you read that stuff? Why do you believe that stuff?" "Well, I'm just saying, they say they're not as popular over here." They have been driving this, they're not as popular, for gosh, ever since they stepped back from duty. ever since they stepped back, they have been pushing this thing about their popularity, and she's not popular. They're not liked. They're not loved. But again, that is to create a point of fatigue where anytime her name is brought up, oh, 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 I just don't like her. Well, what do you don't like about her? I just don't like her. We've heard this before. And the bad thing about it is people buy it. People buy into that. That is why when I decide, oh, I just found a it is to counteract, it is to combat some of that that has been given, and maybe it's not the best thing in the world, but it's all I have to do. It's all I have to say is that's my way of dealing with it because I don't like to just sit back and take it. I don't like it. I don't like a bully. I think the only way you deal with a bully is that you have to take them uh, face on. You have to look them in the eye and call them out. Otherwise, they have no reason to stop doing what they're doing. So, you know what? I don't expect to ever see the Sussexes say or do anything like I do, but they don't have to. I'll do it for 'em. I'll do it for them. I take pleasure in it. Thank you, Hyacinth's offer. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Sunday to you. But yes, I will do that for them. They don't have to do a thing. They don't have to get their hands dirty. I will. Seriously, it's my honor. It's a pleasure to call them out. And it's my pleasure to call a certain reporter, or not even reporter, but troll, hoghead. I take pleasure in that because he makes me sick. Do you hear me? Sick! He makes me sick. So I'll do it. Anyway, so yeah, when I saw this, I was just like, oh boy, they are trying to prepare for the Cambridge's visit to the US, and the only way that they can be successful is to try to push this narrative of of the Sussexes being disliked, or try to even worse, try to make it seem as though Meghan is not even loved in her homeland or something like that. What a bunch of BS. Diane Hawkins says if Meghan's popularity were dropping, there would be zero need for the British media to be over here looking over fences to see what they're doing and putting Sussex's name in everything for clicks. Exactly, Diane. They're trying to erode. They're trying to erode that popularity. They don't want many people interested in them before Harry's book come out. Oh yes, Myra, thank you for that, because that is one of the things that they're trying to do, is to try to tear this book down before it even comes out. Therese says, so they think they can be successful by aggravating Americans. And let me say this too. There Megan will very soon have her own voice on Spotify so people can hear what she has to say, feel, and think. Right now, the Sussexes have been incredibly quiet. They haven't even started to, for lack of a better word, fight back. They haven't really been fighting back. I mean, there may be a point when my words are obsolete because they have managed to suppress this negativity, and I hope that day comes. I hope that there's a day when I don't need to refer to anybody as hoghead. Although I might do it anyway, just out of habit. But I hope that there comes a day when I don't have to call somebody hoghead because of the way they have, tried to destroy another person. I mean, that's the least I could do is to point out the resemblance to a hog. Why does that tickle me so bad? But oh, I gotta stop. Okay, Marshall says I can't wait until Baldy and Gritless. Oh, those are two new ones. Thank you for that. Come to the States. I pity the fool in Mr. T's voice. I pity the fool who pray they come to my town. I pray they come to my town. Lordy, I do. Oh, yes. Oh, very true, Angela Thomas. Harriet, Meghan and Harry have been fighting back in courts and winning. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I don't want to imply that they're not winning because they are. But yeah, it's just my way of dealing with things. But yeah, I hate a bully. God, I hate a bully. Okay. So if let me see, if it's bleeped out, he's not wrong. Americans back Mike Tendo after Harry's whatever jab. Does Americans even know who Mike Tendo is? Will the average American, if you say Mike Tendo, will they know who he is? I mean, would they say, "Oh, that's the one with the chick with the tongue piercing. He's married to Zara the tongue ring Tendo." Who even knows who he is? You see what I'm saying? This is just being negative for the sake of it. Americans don't even know who Mike Tendo is. And so they create this headline, The Express, who also created the other headline. This is not that people are going to read the story in most cases, but these are on the newsstands so that as people commute to and from work or go in and out of a shop, they can just read the headlines without even knowing that there's no substance to the story so that they can reinforce this narrative that there is something wrong or something not right with the Sussexes or people don't like them. It is all a bunch of gaslighting. Nobody knows Dumbbell Tendo who we make fun of him. Exactly. Americans back Mike Tendo? Seriously? I don't even know if people in the UK know him that much as well. What about Americans? Well, what do we give a oh, I almost used the word. We don't give a rat's behind about Mike Tendo. We don't even know who that is. Most people in Britain don't even know the Queen has 4 kids. They don't know that she has a non-binary son that's prone to wearing maxi military coats. Most people in Britain don't even know that she has 4 kids, or if they do, they don't know his name. They don't know who Edwina is with his very provocative maxi military coat, that bespoke article of clothing that is one of a kind, that haven't been seen before or since he went to that cenotaph. The one that I thought was when I heard some woman fell at the cenotaph, I was like, Edward, Edward, because I thought Edward had tripped over that ridiculous coat, but it turns out it wasn't a non-binary woman; it was a real woman. So it was a real woman that tripped or passed out or whatever. I mean, face planted, if you will. But I thought but Edward had tripped over that. I thought Edward had tripped over that coat. I thought he was like whoop 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 whoop, whoop and just and went face down. But no, it was actually a real woman. Not to say that Edward's not a real. Well, you know what I mean. So. Anyway, Shannon Watts and mom stood up to the royalist online bullies. So, as you know, Sharon Watts posted the letter that they received, along with the fact that they had gave snacks to these women that have been working so hard on sensible gun laws. These proponents of sensible gun laws. So it says here, um, Cambridge and other royal fans on social media bullies. They spend every hour on social media attacking Meghan and her supporters, but they reserve their most vicious attacks to any organization that posts a positive comment about Meghan on their social media. When the organizers say something nice about Meghan on social media, the Cambridge fans go on the attack mode and flood their organization or orgs mentions with abusive comments, usually that the organization does not delete. The most comments and go what most organizations will go private. We've seen that before. Some of these organizations, rather than deal with it, they'll just go private so that they don't get any more of the comments. But it goes on to say, usually what the organizations does is delete the comments and or go private. In fact, when the hub was flooded, that is the hub kitchen, with nasty comments after they posted the innocuous Instagram comments below, they deleted their entire Instagram account and went private on Facebook, which is unfortunate that they're forced to do that, but that's exactly what happened. They had to go private on Facebook just so that people would leave them alone. And that is all part of this propaganda war. And you know what, guys? I pray to God that some big news organization will take up the cause and really do an investigation, a deep, big investigation into the very root of what's going on here. Because unless someone with a big enough voice calls them out, then that is going to have to be the sole responsibility of the Sussex squad. We are the only ones that are doing this. We're the only ones that are doing this. The other people out there, sometimes you'll have an article, sometimes from someone who has been negative toward the Sussexes themselves, but nobody seems to want to help. It's only a few people in the media that ever says anything, and then at the same time, they'll quote some question or comment directly from one of the houses of Windsor. It is very frustrating to me. Hi, Yvonne Clark. Let me see. We need to find Trenchman, bring him to the U.S. when Prince William will be here to ask for that $349 trillion. You're absolutely right. I am going to start a GoFundMe for Trenchtown Man so we can get him over here. I want him to be that voice in the crowd whenever William gets here, whenever they get here. And when he least expected, by the way, it will mean nothing if they know he's coming. But when he least expected, I hope that somehow Trenchtown Man will emerge from the crowd and look him straight in the eye and say to him,
Yes, Prince, Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what Trenchtown wants. Yes. What do you mean?
yes, that's what we need. We need Trenchtown Man. Ladies and gentlemen, Trenchtown Man. Let's see here. Mike Tender was trying to make himself relevant and noticed by talking about Harry. Oh, that frustrates me. So this is what I did. If you notice, this is the image that everyone has from the media. I cleaned it up a bit. It was very hard to see it before, but I used a few editing tricks. Because if you just try to lighten it, what happens is Meghan's cipher at the top disappears. So what I did was a little cut and paste here and there, anyway, I fixed it up a bit so now it's easier for you to see. Because the one before this, this is the one everyone was using. I'm like, oh no, we can do better than that. So I fixed it. So to each of you and your fearless leader, Shannon, a huge thanks you for the work you are doing to keep our kids, families, and communities safe. Please know that while you may feel exhausted by your endless hours of dedication to the cause, I hope you feel energized to know in knowing that the work you are doing is vital and deeply and so deeply appreciated. As a mom, as a friend, thank you so much, Meg. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. So there you have it. That is, yeah. Actually, you know what? I could have done better. I could have straightened it out, but oh well. I am such a details person for some things, not everything. Oh, well, hello to you, Nighty Night. Hi, Mercedes Todd. I think the only people that will be allowed around Prince William when he gets here are people handpicked, no doubt. They're going to go to the local British embassy and consulates across the land and have them dig out people that will be favorable. But you know, they got to try to find some situation where they are surrounded by Black people. That is mandatory. So as I was prepping, I found a couple of other things. So over here, as you know, the squad loves receipts. William and Kate charged 15 couples 32,000 pounds each for dinner in New York. Cash for access questions as royal couple court U.S. super rich. Well, there's a lot of hair, so obviously that was back in 2014. So there you can see that cash for access, cash for honors, or suitcases full of cash is nothing new. This is something that has been going on for a long time. And they were trying to tie Harry into it, but Harry said, nope, I don't want any parts of that. But you can see they didn't have to work so hard to get those Cambridges involved. And then right here, Media Guy says 5-year decline in UK news media sees BBC from 75% to 55% trustworthy. Murdoch-owned Times has gone from 63. Oh, Murdoch owns the Times of London? I didn't know that. 63 to 43. And the Telegraph from 55 to 36. The biggest drop in trust is from 2018 to 2022. Gee, 2018 to 2022. Why is it that there's so many people who don't trust them during that period? I can imagine why. It is because of the Duchess of Sussex. Because even though they are trying so hard with this propaganda to create negativity toward her, to make people despise her, to create this hate, there are still so many other people who see right through it. If you go to the comments, you'll find that there's a lot of negative comments in any of these papers or news groups, but you'll find that there's a lot of people who see right through the BS. People who will say, what about the Queen? What about Charles? What about William? A lot of whatabouts. It's a lot of snarky comments that set them straight, but we're not supposed to know about that. 5-year decline in UK media trust sees BBC, Times, and Telegraph have the biggest drops. Well, is there any wonder? Trenchtown Man was singing his song, Hey Prince, Hey Prince. Oh man, Trenchtown man.
Prince.
Oh man. So, blunt talk. Now, I covered up the name of this person on Twitter because I don't want you guys going on her page. But blunt thoughts on British royal family sorting out stupidity and tabling. Is it tabling my thoughts? Tabulating my thoughts as always. I'm always on the move. So I just kind of caught this earlier. A princess with the strength of a warrior. Okay, yeah, that's the only thing that I saved from there. I want you to take a good look at her profile picture. That is obviously an avatar. Um, you could imagine who's really behind something like this. You could imagine that the person who created this account decided that they are going to, would you call it catfishing, or what do they call that term when somebody, oh yeah, Black Queen. That is why I'm sharing it with you all. Um and I love the way they have that photo there at the top that says blunt talk, as if she's covering up her face of African descent, when that person, probably whoever's photo that is, probably don't even know they're using it. But yeah, this whole entire account is dedicated to the royal family, to the Cambridges, um, all of that. As you can see, hashtag Team Cambridge, hashtag the Queen, Team Queen. Oh man, I almost had to vomit when I was looking through this. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how obvious it is that this person is trying to pull one. It's so obvious. Anybody can see that it is not exactly what it appears to be. But I guess that's not important, as so long as they put the information out there. And again, I'm convinced that it's not really for people of color. It is to make people who might sympathize with the Duchess of Sussex think that there's not a problem at all. I really do believe that. I believe is to make people believe that there isn't a problem and that everything is fair and balanced, and let me see if I can find that. Huh. You know what? I used to have that. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I don't think I have it anymore. But I had that. Excuse me. It's like a little cartoon where you see the person is sitting at the computer, and they're like, as a black woman or as a woman of color, um, but it's not really a black person at all. Oh, yep, I can't find it. Gosh almighty, I cannot find it. Oh well, but some of you all may have seen it before, the one that I'm speaking about. But yes, yeah, they're trying to pull one with this one. Oh man, I wish I could find that, and I don't see it. Okay, so oh, by the way, you guys, Ivy has posted something. As a matter of fact, I am going to share that link with you guys. Okay, let me do that. Hello, Ivy here. I'm going to share that link for her latest video, and I will pin it to the top of the chat so you guys can go and check it out. Because remember, we love Ivy. And there you go. There we go. I have pinned it. I have pinned it to the top of the chat. But okay, let me see what you guys have to say about this, and then we are going to wrap it up. Also, thank you so much, Yvonne Clark, for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and happy Sunday to you. I wonder if this is the Duchess of Cambridge that's behind this account. Do you guys think I should try to go on, what is it, GBN? Is it CBN, GBN? Do you think I should go on there and tell Dan Wooten, I was at my father's house, and while I was going through his stuff, I looked on his computer, and my God, what did I see? Blunt talk. That's what I should do. I should go to my father's house, and while I'm going through his stuff or going through stuff, then I could come back and pretend like I'm outraged, like Thomas Markle Jr. did. Remember that?
Thomas, I wanted to ask you about these vile individuals who refer to themselves as the Sussex Squad.
So I come to my dad's house and start going through it, and I look on YouTube.
Refer to themselves as the Sussex Squad.
So I come to my dad's house and start going through it.
Squad.
So I come to my dad's house and start going through it, and I look on YouTube.
Squad.
So I come to my dad's house and start going through it, and I look on YouTube, and my God, I see the Sussex Squad and the Royal Sussex page on YouTube and the things they post, and that's where I found that disgusting video making fun of my father just because he's going to the Jubilee. I mean, and if you look on the Royal Sussex page on YouTube, you're going to see exactly whose it is. It's definitely Meghan Markle. And if it's not her personally, she's definitely paying somebody to do it.
The Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad. I can't even say that like him. I don't think I could fix my mouth to say it. The Sussex Squad. Oh, how does he do that? It's like he can talk, but he has bared all his teeth at the same time. The Sussex Squad. Okay. Let's see. Deanna C says, with a super chat, thank you so much for that, and thank you for being a member. Can you imagine Willie and Kate walking out of a building or a car in the U.S. and someone suddenly played Trenchtown Man audio on a megaphone, bullhorn in their faces? You know what? William would probably turn around and walk back inside the building. He would probably hightail it in the other direction.
Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion.
Oh man. You know, that look on his face, Thank you so much for that, Deanna C. And happy Sunday to you. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Trenchtown wants $335 billion. That's what Trenchtown want. What do you mean? But yeah, so blunt talk, blunt thoughts on the British royal family, sorting out stupidity and tabling my thought. Tabling, that's a weird word. I never heard that before. But anyway, of course, this has got to be someone who is likely not a person of color, person of color. This is obviously some type of farce, but again, there you have it. I saw that today, and she's blocked a lot of people. And after this, she or he or them, they may end up blocking me too. So I've never said anything on their page. I don't go on anybody's Twitter accounts. I don't say anything. So I don't get blocked from a lot of these accounts. So when I see something that reads like this page does, I'm usually not blocked from it because I've never had any um, thing go on with them in the first place, so they don't tend to block me. Let me see. Tamika Green says, "Silly Baron, tricks are for rodents. Silly Wabbit, Twix are for kids." I remember that commercial. So Baron, please don't lower your standards and go on the GBN. Rodent Woodent will make you sick. Of course, he'll make me sick. Yeah, you just reminded me of that commercial. Silly Wabbit, Twix are for kids. Yes, I'm a child of the baby boomer era. I love all those commercials. Okay. Let me see. Blunt Talk, is that on KP or masquerading as an elf? Oh, yeah, she does kind of look like a bit of an elf, right? It is an avatar of some sort, but and now I'm looking at where she has the blunt talk. That is not a human's face. That is an avatar because you can see just the corner of the earring. So she put that there to make it seem like it's a real person who's hiding her identity and pretending to be obviously a person of color. I don't believe that's a black person. I just don't. I believe that is someone who is pretending for the sake of. Good grief, you guys. It's been 2 hours. What have I talked about for 2 hours and 21 minutes? Where has the time gone? What have I talked about all this time? Wow, that is weird. It's like somebody roofied me. Okay. It seemed like just 10 minutes ago I said, okay, you guys, it's getting close to 2 hours. Oh man. Okay, so and Marshar, I hope you will. I hope you will start your channel soon. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it out there, and in time, you are going to grow. We're all going to support you. Yes, Deanna, see, that is what is it? That is a blackface avatar. Yep, it's just like they're putting on Griffith shoe polish and singing that song Al Jolson used to sing. Okay. But yes, you guys, if you're interested in having a platform, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done because we want to grow the community and we want more people to use their voices for good. And so, in case you guys missed it yesterday, take a look here. These are some of the other channels that are available. Some you've heard of, some you haven't. But if you can compare this to the one that was created some time ago by, oh gosh, who did this? But anyway, one of the squaddies made this. And if you compare it to how it was some time ago, you can see that the number of Sussex friendly channels have grown expeditiously. Is that the right word? Okay, it's time for me to go because when I start using big words out of context, that means I need to rest. But let me show you something here. If I can find it, I'll show you the old one that was used some time ago, and then you can get a better idea of how much the squad has grown. And the bigger the squad, the more protection that we can lend to the Sussexes. And that's what it's about. It's not about me calling somebody hoghead. It's about how much we can help our faves and also some of the other sometimes very heavy topics that we tackle on our platform. So let's see here. I know I got it. I want to show you guys the old one. And some things have changed. Some things I've noticed. I didn't want to be petty and mention it before, but on the old one, the way Royal Sussex was on there, I was not thrilled. I thought that I didn't receive enough real estate, if you know what I mean. But I didn't want to be petty and say anything. But there were a few content creators whose placement on there was larger than Royal Sussex, and even in some cases, they were on there 2 times. Not that I noticed, but I did notice. And so finally, Royal Sussex is right on par with the rest of the channels. Finally. Oh, now see, I was about to be totally petty, and it's probably a good thing I can't find it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was honored for Royal Sussex to be there, but I just didn't think I had enough real estate on the thing that I found satisfactory. So anyway, it looks better now. Oh man. Okay, see, it's probably better I can't find it because I was about to get totally petty about something that is so nonsensical and unimportant that I don't even know why I'm mentioning it except for I was just being totally petty. And again, I can't find it, so it is a moot point, and I shall cease and desist. It's time to leave it alone. But anyway, it looks better now. And Royal Sussex. Oh, by the way, you guys, Royal Sussex is at, I believe, I think we've crossed. Well, by tomorrow, maybe by tomorrow, the next day, Royal Sussex should have some 7 million views. I mean, there's so many views. I have to say it like Oprah. 7 million views. I mean, there's so many. I have to say it like Oprah. 7 million views. I love that. And you know what? That's because so many of you guys go back and watch some of the old Royal Sussex videos. Some of you all have your favorites, and that helps as well. And the more you guys watch, the more it increases engagement. So thank you for that. Okay. Oh man, just when I was trying to be petty, I can't find it. Oh well. Okay. All right. Well, never mind then. Let me look at your comments, and then we are going to ginger avenge ourselves out of here. Okay. Well, anyway, take note, you guys. Oh, thank you, Marsha. Yes, it's been almost 7 million. Susie Q, is it that obvious? I mean, has everyone taken notice? I'm just saying that on the old one, not that I noticed, but I did notice on the old one they had, Royal Sussex was like in such a little small space near the bottom. And some people had, their channels. Oh, I found it. I found it. I found it. No, you know what? I'm not going to show y'all because again, I don't want to be petty. So I'm not going to show y'all. I'll just keep it to myself. That was in the past. We're in the present, and nobody cares except for me that Royal Sussex wasn't as big on there as the rest of them. I'm sure it was an oversight. And anyway, it has been corrected. And I'm just ready to move on. I don't care. It's in the past. Oh, what's that, Teresa? It's too late. You're right. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all. Take a look at that. Now, where's Royal Sussex? Where's Royal Sussex? Can y'all see it? Because I can't. Oh, wait a minute. It's that itty bitty, teeny weeny, obscure little blue square somewhere second from the top, wedged in between everybody else. And if you look at that, some people got 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 spaces. Look at Facts and 2 Cents. Look at Facts and 2 Cents. Look at Duchess of Success. And look at itty bitty, teeny weeny tiny Royal Sussex. Look at that. Look at how small Royal Sussex is there. Itty bitty, teeny weeny tiny Poquito La Petite Royale Sussex. Look at how small that is. But now I feel like there's some equal billing. So let me show you the new one. You see, although I have been pushed out to the periphery, as they say, I have been pushed all the way over to the right. That's fine. That's fine. But at least everybody's is the same size. But whereas before I was that little itty bitty, teeny weeny, tiny, small little square up under Archie's foot, no less. They even planted me under. Oh, that's the old. They even planted me under Archie's foot. So I barely noticed it. And you know why I barely noticed it? Because I could barely see it. That's why I barely noticed it. It's because it was so small. But finally, there's equal billing for Royal Sussex. Somewhere off, pushed to the side, no less, but whatever. And look at there, I'm still under Archie's foot. What is it about putting Royal Sussex under Archie's foot? I don't understand what that. Why? I just noticed that. See, this is why I shouldn't have looked. I'm under Archie's foot here, and I'm under Archie's foot there. Now, one could extrapolate from this situation, perhaps Royal Sussex, what they're trying to say is that you are helping to uphold the values of the Sussex family. Okay, I like that. So I have just cleaned this up a bit for the powers that be. Maybe it's not that I'm under Archie's foot again. Maybe I'm helping to uphold the Sussex family. Maybe that's what's going on here. See? And by me being pushed off to the right side, I'm in just the right place to uphold the Sussex family. Huh? Y'all like that one? Yes, that's right. A foundation. That's right. Royal Sussex is the sure foundation for the Sussexes. Yes, Diane Hawkins, I like that. And so instead of me being obsessed about that little teeny weeny, little tiny, insignificant blue square somewhere in the middle, now I'm on the right side and I'm still upholding the values of the Sussexes. Okay, I feel better. See how that works out. That's one thing about the squad. You guys always, it's like an episode of some sitcom. No matter how rough things are in the beginning, by the end of the episode, we're all still friends and there's a happy ending and everything. So there you have it. I feel better. Thank you. Thank you for working that out for me. Because it was starting to get weird, but now I feel better. Okay. Let me see. Teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. All right, you guys. Last word of the day is Carmen Bennett. Teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Don't forget to support these platforms, even if it's hard to see them sometimes because, well, anyway, I ain't going to start that again. But even if it's not that easy to see them, I still insist that we ought to support them for being on the right side and upholding the Sussex family and the Sussex family value. Yes. Okay. That's what Royal Sussex want. Yes, sir. What do you mean? Okay. that was our last word of the day, and now we're going to ginger venger ourselves out of here. Oh my goodness, I got to share this with you guys. I have got to share this with you. 865 views. That happened faster than I thought it would. 7,004,865 views. Good grief. What have I been talking about for 7 million? You know what I mean. But yes, that's how many views they are. I cannot believe it. But thank you guys. You all made this possible. Again, thanks for sharing Royal Sussex. And thank you for going back to rewatch them. And also thanks for helping the channel grow. I looked last night and it wasn't that many, but today that's exactly what it is. So that is fantastic. Almost 16,000 subscribers now. I think almost 16,000 and some 7 million views. I am in awe. And it's all because of you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll share that screenshot with you if you guys want to see it. Oh, wait, that's not it. And you know what? I take back what I said about that little tiny, teeny, itty bitty blue square. It doesn't matter. There are no small parts. There are only small actors. So, so I am never going to bring it up again. The fact that there was a little blue square there, but there you have it. 7,004,865 views so far. Yay! And one of the ways that was made possible, of course, is because of the Mod Squad, making this one of the safest platforms for like-minded Sussex-friendly people. That is how this happens. So thank you. Oh, thank you, Connie Bomber. I got to find some kind of way to celebrate. Yes, I'll drink some coffee. Yes, I'll drink some coffee. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to drink some coffee and eat some of those macaroons or whatever those things are I bought yesterday. Have a couple of those. Thank you, Marshar. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me see. United in love, we will always stand. But if we can start hating, we will fall. Yeah, that's true. So never any hate. There should only be love here. So thank you so much for those wise words. All right. Yes, 7 million. Oh man, let's look at that one more time. I like looking at that. Your channel has gotten 7,004,865 views so far. Yes. I should go and have one of those things that they gave Her Majesty at the horse show, so I can bust out in one of those Ella Fitzgerald tunes. Yes, that's what I should do. Oh man. Okay, you guys, it is going on 3 hours. We have got to go. I didn't think I had that much to say today. And here I am. I'm still talking. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you. Please go watch Ivy. And don't forget, later today, Duchess of Success is coming up. Let me see how far away that is. Should be. Nope, that's not it. But anyway, you guys remember, if you want to find the actual time, go to video on their page. I mean, like, go and touch that video. And it says here, well, I don't want to say what time it is, my time, so just go look yourself. But for me, I would say it would be a little over 2 hours. Yeah. Well, okay. See, I hate to say that and get it wrong. So it's in about 2 hours. She'll be on. So there you go. All right. Thanks, guys. Love you guys. And I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Oh yeah, Connie, I know where you usually sleep if I'm on later. If I have a later video, you're usually sleeping. I'm very aware of that. But yes, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Carmen Bennett. Okay. Bye, Sonia Johnson. Okay. Let me see. I will. I'm going to stand up and go in there and make me another cup of coffee and have a couple of them cookies. That's going to be. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're good. Thank you, Deborah Bowens. Thank you. Okay, cheers, everyone. God save the content creators. God save the Sussex squad. And God bless the Sussex family.